Hi, my sweetie pies. How is everybody today? I have a storybook to read for you called Corduroy, and it's about a little bear. I don't know if you know this or not. It's kind of an old story, but it's really, really cute. So here we go. I'm going to read to you about Corduroy. Here he is. Do you see him? He's the little bear on the toy shelf with the little green pants on. Do you see him there? Okay. It says Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. There's all the people shopping. Look at all the toys on the toy shelf. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one seemed to want to buy a small bear in green overalls. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," the mother sighed. "I've already spent too much money. Besides, he doesn't even look new. He's lost the button on his shoulder straps." There is the little girl who loves him. And the mama can't afford to buy him or doesn't want to buy him. I don't know. So there they are. They're getting ready to leave. The store. Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. "I don't know. I didn't know I'd lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight I'll go and see if I can find it." And there's Corduroy looking at the little strap on his pants. It doesn't have a button on it. Yep. Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and he began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. Right there, getting down off the shelf, leaving the other toys, and here he is. He's looking on the floor of the store, trying to find his button. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto the escalator, and up he went. Could this be a mountain, he wondered? "I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain." There he is at the bottom of the escalator. Can you remember the first time you rode an escalator? How much fun it was. He's going up and up, up and up. He stepped off the escalator as it reached the next floor, and there before his eyes was the most amazing sight. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. "This must be a palace," Corduroy gasped. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." And here he is in the furniture department of the big department store. See all the things that are for sale up there, but Corduroy doesn't understand. He thinks it's a palace. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? He wandered around admiring the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." And he crawled up onto the big, thick mattress. All at once, he saw something small and round. "Why, here's my button," he cried. And he tried to pick it up, but like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down tight. There he is on the bed. And here he is. Uh-oh. This is probably not good. He's trying to pull the button off that mattress. Do you see him doing that? He yanked and he pulled with both paws until pop! Off came the button, and off the mattress Corduroy toppled. Bang! Into a tall floor lamp. Over it fell with a crash. There he is, flying off the bed with the button and crash right into the lamp. Look at that. Poor guy. And not only that, Corduroy didn't know it, But there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going his rounds on the floor above. When he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. "Now, who in the world did that?" he exclaimed. "Somebody must be hiding around here." Here he is, running down. And there he is, looking. Okay. He flashed his light under and over sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all, and there he saw two fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the cover. There he is. What do you think those two ears belong to? What do you think? "Hello," he said. "How did you get upstairs?" Talking to Corduroy. The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arms and carried him downstairs, down the escalator, and set him on the shelf in the toy department with the other animals and dolls. There he is on his way downstairs with the night watchman. And there he is, back on the toy shelf. Kind of sad. Right between the bunny and the clown. Yeah. Corduroy was just waking up the next morning when the first customers came into the store, and there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl who had seen him the day before. Just checking him out. "I'm Lisa," she said, "and you are going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I've saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home." There's the little girl picking out Corduroy. She's looking in her purse for her money, and she's buying Corduroy. "Shall I put him in a box for you?" the saleslady asked. "Oh, no, thank you," Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home under her arm. There she goes, out the door. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment and straight into her own room. There she is, going up to her apartment house. Up the steps and up the steps. 4 flights. That's more than you, Emily. 4 flights upstairs. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like that enormous palace in the department store. "This must be home," he said. "I know I have always wanted a home." There's Lisa's bedroom. There's Lisa's bedroom with her pretty bed and her patchwork quilt. And look at that little bed right beside hers. Look at the rug on the floor. That kind of looks like the one that's in Artemis and Emily's room. Yeah. Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. "I like you the way you are," she said, "but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened." "You must be a friend," said Corduroy. "I've always wanted a friend." "Me too," said Lisa, and she gave him a big hug. Here we go. Isn't that a nice story? That's the end of it for now. And what I would like to know from Artemis and Emily and Emmett is what your favorite stuffed animal is. It might not be a bear, but do you have one that's your very most favorite? Why don't you take a picture of you with your favorite stuffed animal and send it to me, okay? All right. I love you all, to the moon and back, and all the stars. Bye-bye.